Hello, Reds fans. Welcome to the YNWA Transfer News Channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily latest news.
5 options for Liverpool's next transfer after Florian Wirtz, including Arsenal hijack. Liverpool are closing in on a deal for Bayer Leverkusen star Florian Wirtz, but it appears that Arne Slot is not quite finished in the transfer window quite yet, with a number of sensational deals still on the table. Liverpool have already enjoyed a sensational summer transfer window. They have sealed deals for Jeremy Frimpong and Armin Pexi, and Florian Wirtz is set to follow that duo in a potential British record deal. And while that is set to take the Reds' summer spending so far to around £150 million, it looks like Arne Slot is not totally satisfied. A striker is still on Liverpool's shopping list, with Darwin Nunez, Diogo Jota and Federico Chiesa all potentially set to leave Anfield over the coming weeks. The Merseysiders haven't spent heavily on forwards over recent years, with just Nunez, Jota and Dominic Solanke all being signed since the arrival of Jurgen Klopp. But Slot could change that trend ahead of Liverpool's title defense. A number of big-name forwards have already been linked with moves to Anfield. So take a look and find out who could be leading the line for the Premier League champions next season. Benjamin Sesko. Already linked with a move to the Premier League, Arsenal have the RB Leipzig star firmly in their crosshairs. And it's no surprise given his eye-catching goal-scoring exploits in Germany over recent years. Sesko, 22, has scored 39 goals for Leipzig over his last 2 campaigns. And while Arsenal appeared to be the front-runners for his services, Liverpool could represent fresh competition. According to the Liverpool Echo, the Reds have been keeping tabs on his development over in Germany. And as it stands, he would be more affordable than some other options, while Liverpool could benefit from a positive relationship with Leipzig to get a deal over the line. Alexander Isak. On the topic of big-name forwards, Alexander Isak would be a stunning addition to Liverpool's squad. Apart from Erling Haaland, the Swede has arguably proved himself as the best forward in the Premier League with Newcastle. However, a deal would likely be tricky to do. With the Magpies having secured a Champions League place for next season, he might not be in a rush to leave. And they would also be demanding a huge fee for the former Real Sociedad man, and given their upcoming outlay on Wirtz, it might be too much for the Reds despite him being dubbed a dream signing. Hugo Ekitike. Another Bundesliga-based forward linked with a switch to the Premier League, Ekitike has a number of clubs interested in his services. Manchester United and Chelsea are both eyeing the Eintracht Frankfurt forward as well as Slot's side. But the Frenchman won't be cheap either. Reports have suggested that Frankfurt are demanding around £85 million for his signature this summer. Having scored 22 goals for the club last season, he might be a player worth gambling on. Alisson has already confirmed Liverpool transfer plans amid fresh Galatasaray links. The goalkeeper's future continues to generate speculation despite Alisson speaking openly about his plans to remain at Liverpool for another few years. Alisson won't be moving anywhere this summer, despite recent reports linking him with a summer transfer to Galatasaray. At 32, the future of the Liverpool goalkeeper is coming under increased scrutiny, especially given that Georgi Mamardashvili is set to join from Valencia. He has already confirmed his plans to remain at Liverpool next season, leading to suggestions that Alisson may be ousted from the side. That seems unlikely on the back of another outstanding campaign from the Brazilian, who admitted March's performance away at Paris Saint-Germain may have been the best of his career to date. Liverpool fans can expect more of the same next season, with the goalkeeper explaining in a recent press conference that he expects to remain at the club for another 2 years. Claudio Taffarel, Alisson's close friend and his goalkeeping coach at both club and international level, also said in an April interview that the Liverpool #1 wants to continue living the story at Anfield. This acquisition of the youngster is possibly with an eye to the future, Taffarel told ESPN when asked about Mamardashvili's arrival. Yet Alisson remains at an extremely high level. And given his age, coupled with his experience and determination, it's going to be quite a task for anyone to come in and take over from him, isn't it? Those comments haven't stopped the recent speculation, however. Reports that Alisson remains on the shortlist of 3 Saudi Arabian sides emerged last week, while he has now been linked with a move to Turkey. Florian Plettenberg wrote on X that Galatasaray made a concrete inquiry for Alisson as it searches for a new keeper, but that was swiftly declined by the Brazilian. Alisson admitted in his recent press conference that he would be interested in one day returning to Brazil, but that is not expected anytime soon. It comes amid a summer of change on the goalkeeping front at Liverpool. Mamardashvili's arrival has already been confirmed, while Armin Pekzi's transfer was announced last week. Kevin Kelleher has joined Brentford in a deal worth up to $18 million, while Ajax is interested in completing a loan move for Vítězslav Jaros. Alisson joined Liverpool in 2018 and has played 298 games for the club. He added a second Premier League winners' medal to his collection this season, in addition to those from the Champions League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup too. Fabrizio Romano says Liverpool's next signing is almost there. Liverpool are closing in on their next signing to follow Florian Wirtz. Fabrizio Romano says they're almost there. Liverpool have Florian Wirtz in the bag. Practically, anyway, they've still got to formalize their agreement with Bayer Leverkusen to sign the playmaker. Wirtz will cost a club record amount, initially around £100 million. That can climb to British record levels if add-ons are triggers, which is something Liverpool haven't done since 1995. But Liverpool are looking to do something special. Wirtz is on his way to join teammate Jeremy Frimpong, who is also joined from Leverkusen this summer. It's all part of an overhaul at Liverpool, who hope to capitalize on winning the Premier League by building something even greater. It appears they'll manage to do just that because Wirtz is far from the final piece. Liverpool almost there with Milos Kerkez. Fabrizio Romano is adamant that Milos Kerkez will join Liverpool. He's long reported that there has been an agreement between the Reds and the player, it's just about convincing Bournemouth to sell. And Romano understands that a deal is close. My understanding is that Liverpool have almost closed verbally the deal for Milos Kerkez, he said on YouTube. Verbally, we are almost there, so I can tell you once again, not for the first time, Milos Kerkez will be the next signing for Liverpool. Liverpool first initiated contact over Kerkez all the way back in November, as exclusively revealed by Anfield Watch. Things have developed nicely since then, and the Reds have honed in on the Hungarian international as their priority left-back target. We shouldn't have to wait much longer for this one to get settled either. Liverpool and Kerkez are keen, while it appears Bournemouth are just about ready to sign off on things. Another piece of the puzzle is on his way. Liverpool in contact for Darwin Nunez and Federico Chiesa double transfer. Liverpool are reported to have received contact over deals for Darwin Nunez and Federico Chiesa from the same club, raising the prospect of a double transfer. Nunez and Chiesa are the most likely forwards to depart Liverpool this summer, having found themselves out of favor under Arne Slot. While Nunez was given significant game time in his third campaign at Anfield, he failed to deliver with any consistency, and the expectation is that ties will finally be cut as a new record transfer arrives. The £116 million signing of Florian Wirtz is clearly not contingent on Liverpool raising funds, but it will lead to major changes in the front line. To that end, it is interesting that transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano has revealed contact from Napoli for both Nunez and Chiesa. On Thursday, Romano wrote on X that Nunez's exit is guaranteed and that Napoli made contact in the recent days, with more talks to follow soon. 2 days later, he claimed on YouTube and X that Chiesa believes the time has come to play more and is pushing for a return to Italy. Napoli called to understand the situation, to be informed about the possible conditions of the player's exit, he added. Whether that will result in a move for either player remains to be seen, but it appears likely that Napoli's interest in Nunez and Chiesa is genuine. Italian newspaper La Repubblica claimed this week that the pair are solid targets for the Italian champions and there is frequent contact between the parties. Antonio Conte is said to be crazy about Nunez and considers Chiesa the strongest Italian winger around, and negotiations have already started. Their report further claims that Nunez has rejected a rich offer from Simone Inzaghi's Al Hilal because he wants to stay in Europe. Reliable or not, this at least aligns with an update from The Athletic's David Ornstein, in which he explained that Nunez is thought to favor staying in Europe, with Spain and Italy being a priority. Atletico Madrid and AC Milan have also been credited with an interest in the number 9, while a move to Saudi Arabia cannot be ruled out at this stage following overtures from Al Nassr and Al Hilal. Ornstein reports that a €70 million, £59.8 million, offer from Al Nassr in January, rejected at the time as Liverpool held on to Nunez as they pushed for silverware, would set a minimum bar for clubs looking to sign the Uruguayan.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time.